Hi, MCS Jets and any of our other friends listening. It is Sunday, June 3rd, 2018. I am not in my usual environment. I'm not in my library, and I am not in my home. I'm wearing a silly hat, and my kids and my husband are in the pool wearing bathing suits. So that means I'm where? I'm at the pool. Now, sometimes I want to be at the pool, and sometimes I don't, because I burn through everything. I will burn through this hat. I will burn through my dress. I'll burn through the umbrella. I will burn through my screen. I've even burned through my car windows. But I would thought that even with all the background noise and everything else going on, that I would try to read to you chapter 3 of Dr. Doolittle, because I've owed you guys. There's going to be a lot of background noise, and I really can't put the book in front of me or in front of the camera. So I'm actually just going to be reading it to you, and you don't have to watch my face if you don't want. You can just listen. It is up to you. But let's begin. Chapter 3, More Money Problems. And soon now, the doctor began to make money again. His sister Sarah bought a new dress and was happy. Some of the animals who came to see him were so sick that they had to stay at the doctor's house for a week. And when they were getting better, they used to sit in chairs on the lawn. And often, even after they got well, they did not want to go away. They liked the doctor and his house so much, and they never had the heart to refuse them. So when they asked if they could stay with him, so in this way, he kept on getting more and more pets. Turn the page. I'm kind of starting to like these illustrations. Can't really go into a lot of depth. I like them all laying on lawn chairs, band-aids on their bodies. It's pretty funny, I think. Once, when the doctor was sitting on his garden wall, an organ grinder came around with a monkey on a string. The doctor saw at once that the monkey's collar was too tight and that he was dirty and unhappy. So he took the monkey away from the organ grinder, gave the man a coin, and told him to go. The monkey stayed with Dr. Doolittle and had a good home. The other animals in the house called him Chi-Chi, which is a common word in monkey language meaning ginger. And another time, when the circus came to Puddleby, the crocodile who had a bad toothache escaped at night and came into the doctor's garden. The doctor talked to him in crocodile language and took him into the house and made his tooth better. But when the crocodile saw what a nice house it was, he wanted to live with the doctor too. He asked if he could sleep in the fish pond, if he promised not to eat the fish. When the circus men came to take him back, he got so wild and savage that he frightened them away. But to everyone in the house, he was always as gentle as a kitten. But now the old ladies grew afraid to send their lapdogs to Dr. Doolittle because of the crocodile. The farmers wouldn't believe that he would not eat the lambs and sick calves they brought to be cured. So the doctor went to the crocodile and told him he must go back to his circus. But he wept such big tears and begged so hard to stay that the doctor didn't have the heart to make him leave. So when the doctor's sister came to him and said, "John, you must send that creature away. Now the farmers and old ladies are afraid to send their animals to you. Now we shall be poor again. This is the last straw. I will no longer be housekeeper for you if you don't send away that alligator." "It isn't an alligator," said the doctor. "It's a crocodile." "I don't care what you call it," said his sister. "It's an awful thing to find under the bed. I won't have it in my house." "But he had promised me," the doctor answered, "that he will not bite anyone. He doesn't like the circus, and I don't have the money to send him back to Africa where he comes from. He minds his own business, and he's very well behaved. Don't be so fussy." "I tell you, I will not have him around," said Sarah. "He eats the kitchen flooring. If you don't send him away this minute, I'll go and get married." "All right," said the doctor, "go and get married. It can't be helped." And he put on his hat and went out into his garden. So Sarah Doolittle packed up her things and went off, and the doctor was left all alone with his animal family. And very soon he was poorer than he had ever been before. With all these mouths to fill and a house to look after, things began to look very difficult. But the doctor didn't worry at all. "Money is such a nuisance," he said. "We will be better off if it had never been invented. What does money matter so long as we are happy?" But soon the animals themselves began to get worried, and one evening they began talking over among themselves in whispers. And the owl, Tutu, was good at math, figured out that there was only money enough left to last another week. if they each had one meal a day and no more. Then the parrot said, I think we should all do the housework ourselves. At least we can do that much. So it was agreed that the monkey, Chi-Chi, was to do the cooking and mending. The dog was to sweep the floors. The duck was to dust and make the beds. The owl, Tutu, was to do the bookkeeping. And the pig was to do the gardening. They made Polynesia the parrot do housekeeping and laundry because she was the oldest. Of course, at first, they all found their new jobs very hard to do. All except Chi-Chi, who had hands and could do things like a man. They soon got used to it. They thought it was great fun to watch Jip the dog sweeping his tail over the floor with a rag tied into it for a broom. After a little while, they did the work so well that the doctor said he'd never had his house kept so tidy or so clean before. In this way, things went along all right for a while, but without money, they found it very hard. Then the animals made a vegetable and flower stand outside the garden gate and sold radishes and roses to the people that passed by along the road. Here, I want to show you. Here are all the animals cleaning things. There's Jip. Jip is one of my favorite characters. But they didn't seem to make enough money to pay all the bills, and still the doctor wouldn't worry. When the parrot came to him and told him that the fish seller wouldn't give them any more fish, he said, never mind, so long as the hens lay eggs and cows give milk, we can have omelets and creamy cheese. And there are plenty of vegetables left in the garden. The winter is still a long way off, don't fuss. But the snow came early that year. The old lame horse hauled in wood from the forest outside the town so they could have a big fire in the kitchen. Still, most of the vegetables in the garden were gone, and the rest were covered with snow, and many of the animals were really hungry. That is the end of Chapter 3 of Dr. Doolittle. Thanks for reading along while I'm at the pool. I will see you guys soon. I want to post a video about the second chapter where Polynesia asks Dr. Doolittle about Jip and the way that Jip is looking at him with his nose and saying that's the way Jip talks. I want to give you some real facts about the way dogs talk and see if it's like what was said in Dr. Doolittle or if it's different. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Love you, Jets. Have a safe summer.